Hi everybody. I want to thank you first of all for tuning in today to join me so that you can check out the cool stuff that's going on here at Vida Nueva Creations. Today I got a really fun project lined up. It's actually converting this customer's old bed using their headboard, their footboard, side rails, and even the bed frame, everything to convert it all into a one unique type piece, which is a nice rustic looking bench. So I hope you
So
enjoy
here
this.
you have the, what I believe is the headboard. As you can see, this is the original headboard that this young man had growing up. As you can see, it still has all the original stickers. And we're gonna be making this into the backing of the bench. And then we're gonna use the other one, which he has, I have it right down here. We're gonna be using this part right here for the front part, the front lower part of the bench. And I'll show you in just a few. All right, so the very first thing that I've done here so far is I used the footboard. This is going to be the face of the bench. I pretty much separated it. As you can see, here's the top of it, and then here you would find all the middle little poles here. So we took those off and I split it. So now when it stands up and we sit on this bench, you're going to be looking at about 18 inches high, and you're going to have that same front face that the backboard's going to have, so it's going to match and it's going to look a little bit uniform. What I have here is the bed rails that will go right on the bed frame. So you can see this is where they would be screwed into, and then your mattress will sit right on top. So I figured this would be a really good base to have for the seat. So the back of the bench will be right here, and this is where the seat will be. This is where you would sit down on. Now this is what I'm going to be using to create the frame. This is a side rail, so this would be connecting to your headboard and your footboard, and then the bed frame rails would be sitting right in here. So this would be carrying the weight of the bed. What I'm going to be using this for is to create a frame that will connect the front headboard and the footboard so that we can put this seat right on top of it. I've cut the bed rail into 4 pieces. They're about 16 inches long. And I'm going to keep this little indentation here because I have plans to use this with part of the design. So again, there's 4 pieces. So what I'm doing here pretty much now is, once I already cut down the brackets I'm going to be putting the seat on, and they're going to be mounted up like so. All right, I got the whole thing assembled here. Now what I'm going to do first, before I put that top level, I'm going to create a little shelf space on the bottom level, just so that if they want to put some gardening tools or put in a blanket, maybe some pillows, something that it won't be exposed all the time. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to start laying on the top part. So I even created this custom little bracket thing right here, because the top layer, which is going to be the bench part, the seat, it's going to sit right here, and it's going to give it the best support, and it'll actually be flush right here with this. I have everything assembled. It's pretty sturdy enough to where it can handle some weight on it. So now what I'm going to do, before I lay on the seat, the top part, I'm going to paint it all. It's going to be like a teal peacock color wash, which means I'm going to use a very to give it a certain look. And the seat will actually be just a dark stain. I'm probably just going to go with like a dark walnut. But this is it. So you can see all the imperfections. Again, there's no blueprint to this. It's just all in the imagination. Look, you can see the original stickers here that this man had as a young child. There you go. All right, so what you're looking at here, I have put about 2 good coats on it, and and it has kind of like a teal color look to it. Ouch. It has kind of like a teal color look to it, and this is not the final look. Okay, I'm going to be doing a wash on this, meaning I'm going to be putting in a different color, a lighter color, actually more like a brighter color. It's called peacock, and I'm going to brush that in with water. So that's a technique that I found out online, of course. That's usually where I get all my tips and tricks on. So I highly recommend taking a look at YouTube, looking at a lot of techniques yourself. That way you can kind of get more opinions, more techniques, and you just kind of come up with your own, right? All right, one very important thing is I like to do a quick soft sanding in between layers, and of course right before I put on the wash, I also gave it another nice little sand as well. As you can see, some of it is already, it looks like it's already been aged, and then I added on some of these little thingies here so it can just kind of give it a little look. But I'm going to show you a quick little demonstration of what I mean when I say we're giving it a wash. So first thing you want to do, let me just pour a little paint in here. All right, so I'm just using a simple little squirt thing here, and it just has regular water. Okay, so nothing fancy in there. So you just want to wet your surface like so. You don't want to overdo it. Make sure your brush is wet as well. That's very important when you're working with chalk paint, is that you have moisture on your brush, only because chalk paint, it actually dries up really quickly. I'm doing this outside, so, and it's nice and sunny, so you can only imagine how much faster it's gonna dry up. Now, as you can see, it's spreading pretty quickly, and you just want to give it a nice little light coat, because it is going to look transparent. It's going to look a little see-through once it dries up, which is what gives it that washed effect. Let me do another little layer right here. And if you're not getting the look that you're wanting, just give it another coat. Do the same thing. You let it dry, wet your again, and then you just give it another coat. Same thing, same technique. Good thing about chalk paint is that it spreads very well. So just a little will go quite a bit. So, you know, again, what I'm using is a like a deep teal blend, and I'm blending it with a it's called peacock. Very beautiful color. I love the color itself. It's very bright, but if you mix them, you see that it's going to give such a beautiful look to it. And we're just going to go ahead and wait for that to dry, and I'm just going to go ahead and finish doing the rest of it that way. So here it is, folks, the finished product. You got your little second layer there. I already went ahead and added on the seat. I completed doing the aging process on it, and it's all sealed and waxed up, ready to go. Again, I want to thank you for joining our video. Let me know what you think. I'm definitely open for comments or feedback. Do me a favor, like and share this video, and tune in for the next one. Thank you.